I quit BCT because my husband opened up to me about suicidal thoughts and a few other reasons. I truly believed I would have graduated just fine in BCT, but since it's already a stressful environment, I just so happened to have a little more onto my plate. I, 21F, have been married to my husband, 24M, who was in the Marine Corps for 3.5 years now. I left for the Army in March 2024 to a ASFOB program called ASDP/T8 to improve my score to get a better job. I scored an overall score of 41, and you have to score a 50 or higher to change your MOS. It's a 3-week program in Fort Moore, Georgia. I passed, but when it came to changing my MOS, I only had 2 options, which was worse than the MOS I had due to availability. My MOS is 91B, wheeled mechanic, which I really don't see myself doing, but I needed up continuing to go through with it. Right before I left Fort Moore to go to Fort Jackson for BCT, I secretly had my phone within the last few days contacting my husband and my daughter, 1F. I knew my husband has really bad depression. He's been taking antidepressants for almost a year now. He told me he had a follow-up medical appointment with his doctor and has opened up to him that he has suicidal thoughts, and the doctor asked him, "If you were to kill yourself, how would you do it?" My husband responded that he would shoot himself, and we own a handgun at home. Also, my husband mentioned to me that the doctor thinks that his meds may be a side effect of him having suicidal/homicidal thoughts. I broke down and cried because I knew his depression was bad, but hearing all of this while be across the country while my husband is all alone taking care of our baby scared me. His chain of command was contacted, so now his entire workplace knows about his mental health problems and requested for him to turn in his weapon from home. Later on, me arriving to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, I got delayed getting shipped again for the second time for some really stupid medical reason, which caused me to not ship with the friends I made during the program and ended up in the worst company you can possibly imagine. I felt like I wasn't becoming really friends with anyone and living with 60 other females. You can imagine endless amount of problems. I felt like I was struggling financially and have opened up to my drill instructors about it. So me and my husband don't really have any family to help us back home, so in order for me to leave while my husband is still in the Marine Corps, we decided to put my daughter into daycare. We applied for childcare aware in January 2024, and due to the high volume of applications, they haven't accepted me. So every first and 15th $900 paycheck of the month as an E3 was going straight into my daughter's daycare tuition, which was $1,600 a month. I was stressing about money badly because my husband's paychecks as an E3 was not even enough to pay for it either, and yes, including the BH we were getting. And you're probably asking, what about the CDC on base? Well, they were completely full. So my drill instructors advised if I had any savings to pay my daughter's daycare tuition in advance, so I don't have to worry about it till I graduate. So there goes my savings, and 2 to 3 paychecks gone. While my husband was wasting most of his money on DoorDash every day. I was also stressed out on my husband and my daughter flying out to see me graduate, which was gonna cost over $2,000, flight ticket, hotel, car rental, food, and spending money. I also tried my best asking permission 2 to 3 times a week to use my phone to contact childcare aware, because it got to the point where one of my female drill instructors started talking shit about my husband in front of my entire platoon. Saying stuff like, "Oh, your husband is in the military too and knows damn well you're in BCT and he can't handle this shit himself. Your husband is a childish, really, he is a grown-ass man. Why can't he pay for your kid's daycare?" I ended up getting pulled into their office, them questioning even more, why can't my husband do it? My male drill instructor said I have 3 kids myself and handle childcare aware myself. Why can't your husband take care of it? He's grown-ass man, it's his responsibility. I broke down and cried and explained to them about everything. I told them I joined the Army because I feel like my marriage is ending and I have no family to go to if we got divorced. My husband hates the military and wants to get out badly and has depression and suicidal thoughts. My husband has threatened to use anything against me to get custody of our daughter if we get divorced. He never even wanted me to leave in the first place to join. My husband is wasting his money away on stupid DoorDash, 'cause he won't learn how to cook for himself and my daughter. And I know my husband pretty damn well, he doesn't have any patience at all to do this himself. And he forgets everything I ask him to do that's important, like our daughter 18-month checkup appointment. All three of them started saying that I should divorce my husband and see if I can have one of my family members sign off on taking care of my daughter till I graduate BCT, which was going to be November 2024. At this point, I was on week 5 of BCT May 2024. They kept on insisting and said they would take me to legal, but I didn't want to do that because I wanted to try to make my marriage work. I had a lot going in my mind right now, and trying to divorce my husband in the middle of BCT when he has already depression and suicidal thoughts while being a single parent was too much. I started getting really depressed and lost my motivation. I spoke to the chaplain and everything. It also didn't help that I kept getting letters from my husband, him talking about how overwhelming it was to be a single parent and how his mood swings aren't getting any better. I spent 3 full days decided if I should quit, because if I was going to, I had to make it quick if I wanted to get home on time before graduation July 3rd, 2024. So I asked for reassurance several times to my husband if he was okay with me quitting. I told him I'm too stressed out, that I really hate my MOS and didn't want to be stuck with it for 2 years before being able to change it. The people around me didn't feel like my friends or family to me compared to the ones I made at Fort Moore, that I would rather get out, and if I really want, I'll wait the 6 months to enlist again, etc. I asked my husband several times because I didn't want him to regret me making this decision when I come back home. Short story of it. It took 2 to 3 weeks for the paperwork to get through. I left week later to another company at reception to wait till I gotten flown back home on June 14th, 2024. It's now July 31st, 2024, and me coming back home was the worst mistake I ever made. I finally got Childcare Aware to approve my damn application 6 months later. My husband's family is talking shit about me quitting while they obviously don't know the truth, and I'm not allowed to tell anyone, my husband said regarding about his mental state. My friends back home feel like he used it against me to get me to come back home. My husband gets very short-tempered with me and my daughter. Ever since I've been back home, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells around my husband and that he's controlling my life now. I'm not allowed to join the army anymore, and that he is going to re-enlist, and that me joining was the biggest waste of his life, of me being gone for 4 months, because him being a single parent was overwhelming. He's talked a lot of shit about me not having my license for the last 3 years, and now that I have my permit, I'm only allowed to drive his truck when he says so. He's been crazy at first reading all of my text messages because he thinks I've cheated on him, which is insane because while I was gone he's broken so many of my boundaries, which I can't trust him anymore. I've been completely loyal to him while he never really has with me. He's never physically cheated on me, but emotionally all the damn time he has. I'm getting my shit together now and plan on enlisting back to the army. I can't live like this for him anymore. I came back home to take care of him and to support him. We just keep on fighting about stupid shit again, like me throwing away the chocolate chip cookies I made because he didn't want them, but wanted them the next day, and started complaining how I'm wasting food, and now it's about me wanting to go to Disneyland with my best friend for our daughter's 2nd birthday, and has a problem with me making plans without him, but doesn't want to go to Disneyland at all, even though I still insisted we do something as a family for her birthday. Then continues to complain our kid doesn't need 2 birthday parties. Like how? How is it a party if it's just the 3 of us, and does it matter if I don't take her for her birthday, and I do it the month afterwards? Like, aren't you already going to the field for 2 weeks in September, and you admitted you most likely will miss her birthday anyways? I swear our arguments are becoming worse and worse about shit we shouldn't even be fighting about.